Hello, people. It's your boy Usmaan back again. I'm just going to slump in my chair quickly. Manchester United 4 in the end. Newcastle United 1. First and foremost, just want to say I am massively relieved. If you're wondering why we haven't done the fan cams, from now on and a late kickoff, we're gonna allow the fan cams. We're gonna just do the match reaction with all the guys on who are available. As you can see, just me and Was at the moment. Hopefully, Jem and Kojo will be joining us shortly. Just before we get into the video, I just want to say a massive congratulations to Benji because his sister has just had a baby. I don't know if it's a boy or a girl. He didn't specify.
Uncle Benji.
He didn't tell us it was a boy or a girl, but nevertheless, I just want to say a massive congratulations to Benji and his family, in particular his sister, obviously. Hopefully everything's well. He's currently in a hospital. He was meant to be on the fan camps, but of course, you know, other things are more important. I think he's watched the game somehow in hospital, God knows how. But yeah, so to get that out of the way, make sure you go to his Twitter. His link will be in the description. Go and send him a message, show him love, and as always, make sure you drop a like and subscribe to the channel. I believe Jem is just here joining us now live in the studio.
Jem.
Look at him smile. He's happy. Oh God, listen, you two, right, are always positive, right? And I've been slightly.
I wasn't positive. I must admit, Jem was more.
Yeah, I've been slating you both off in the chat, and I'm not gonna listen. I'm gonna keep it 100 here. I'm not gonna lie. I was slating them both off in the chat prior to the game. The reason being because I was absolutely fuming with the lineup. Myself, Benji, Kojo, Beats, Ali, every regular who's on the chat was absolutely violent. Was and Jem because they're the only people defending Oli. But obviously, you two got the last laugh, and I'm happy you did get the last laugh, of course.
Yes.
First and foremost.
Enjoy this, Jem. It's one in a million.
Yeah, we got him with orange juice.
Was he knocking back?
It's a beautiful sign. Cheers, Kojo. Cheers, brother. Listen,
cheers.
I'm going to start with you.
I've got nothing.
We've got to start with the lineup first and foremost. Man. I'm not going to... I was fuming. I've not been that angry when I've seen a lineup in a long time. So, we'll start with you, man. What were your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't that delusional. I wasn't happy with Maguire mainly more than anything. So I was like, how can you put him in there when obviously what's going on, international duty, everything. He's had a slight niggle as well for England.
Yeah.
I mean, everything. Everyone knows the flipping what's happened in it. I was so pissed off with that. I just didn't want him to play, and I was proven wrong slightly. Fair play to him to stand up like a man. Friggin' hell, about time. Score a goal. Yeah. Still, man, it's still. I mean, it's tough, innit? It's not. He's done well. You got to give him credit today, man. You got to give him credit.
Yeah.
Credit to Ollie to stick with him as well as your captain today, innit? So, but I still wasn't happy with that. Inclusion. The rest of it, McTominay. I wasn't too sure we're putting McTominay because you can't have McTominay and Fred in there, man. Because I wanted Pogba to start.
I've got a really funny comment from Rosali who's not holding me. I've got to put this on screen. From the WhatsApp group, obviously, on a call with Trent, asking him to come outside. You'll have to see it. Wan-Bissaka nil. Wan-Bissaka.
You saw a smile on Wan-Bissaka's face. That's something all up for me.
I was absolutely blasting Wan-Bissaka on the watch along as well. But I'll come to that in a second. I'm not gonna lie because obviously it's all out there, so people can clip it up later. Man's the double standards and that. But Jem, we'll come to you. Obviously, we've got to get the positives out first and foremost. Again, yourself and Boas got absolutely killed in the chat by everybody, including me. So I
was this close to leave that group, mate. I was this close.
Jem sent me a voice note about Van der Beek not starting. I didn't even listen to it. I just replied. And the set of the watch along. And then I just went back up and I seen his replies. So I do apologize. But it was just upsetting up for the watch along. So I just thought, leave it. I'm already stressed as it is about the lineup. But listen, Jem, how are you feeling, brother, man? How are you feeling? Obviously, you were right in the end.
I'm feeling good, I'm feeling good. Feeling good because the lineup, what I got as soon as the lineup came, I wasn't like we said yesterday. I told you like after the show, I thought about Mata can start the game because actually he's in good form. So when I saw the lineup, I wasn't really surprised. And like I said, our midfield has been weak. That's why we lost against Spurs. So it was team effort. You work, because everybody worked today. Everybody in the team worked. So I'm really happy for Oli.
Oh, no, obviously, not just Ali. I'm just happy in general because obviously, as a fan, first and foremost, I don't care who's in charge of the club. I just want us to win. That's the only thing that matters to me. I don't care if it's Ali. I don't care if it's Pochettino. Anything. So I was practically half crying when we conceded the first goal. Oh my god, I was absolutely.
I told you that as well.
I was.
Yeah, you had three.
I was
absolutely. And then you scored 3.
Yeah, obviously, you know, in the end, we runaway winners in it, but I think we deserved sort of look of having 3-4. But Cody, listen, what were your thoughts? Let's not, let's not lie now. Me and you were fuming that we were pissed. Beats, I don't know where Beats is. I don't think he's available for Fan Cup, sadly, or the match actually even. But me, Beats, and Kojo was not happy at all. We were not having it. Let us know what you guys thought about the lineup as well before we go into the game itself. But yeah, Ollie got it right in the end, really, because even Dan James, for me personally, I thought Dan James looked really good. I thought he was direct. Granted, he could have done better moments, but we've been crying out for people to run at players, and he was doing it every single time he got the ball. But yeah, so what are your thoughts, Coach, on the lineup? Do you think Ollie got it right? Well, obviously did get it right.
The lineup was still bad, bro. But what for me is key is as soon as more quality came onto the pitch, we started to take more control of the game. Absolutely. And yeah, we had a load of shots compared to them. We had a load of shots, but you know when you bring more quality to come alongside, that's why I scream. You guys know I've been screaming for Mata from the day I was born to now.
You did. I wanted him sold, so I'm not gonna say.
Yeah. I'm screaming for Mata, and we've been in the voice note. Jem was obviously talking about Van de Beek will play, and I was like, the guy has to start because when he came on, if you add that quality with the quality that's there with him, you're just gonna enjoy him more. Now you got Bruno, now you got Van de Beek, you brought Pogba in as well, and you got Mata. That's just dangerous. That's scary. It's dangerous. So this is what I've been screaming for. This is what I wanted because yes, the performance overall, people might say is still not the most convincing, but you slapped 4, and when you slapped 4, all of those players were on the pitch. And even at 3-1, you were allowed to bring Mata off, rest him. And then when Newcastle trying to push forward, Bruno's quality shows, he finds Rashford. That's 4. That's what I wanted. That's literally all I wanted from the guy. That's why I was so pissed off with the lineup because I was like, I don't want to get onto Fred and McTominay. I don't want to be that fan that's like, oh, they're not this, they're not that. But if you want to go and win a game, especially after the hiding we got last time, we need that quality on the pitch. We need to just assert that dominance and say, this is the comeback come. You know how we used to lose games 1 or 2-0 that we slapped someone 5-0? That's what I wanted. I want that arrogance back. I want that aggression. So I'm happy that we got the goal. I'm happy we scored 4 because it's been a while. There's not been a while since we scored 4, but you know, it's been one of the ones where we haven't hit 4 convincingly in a while. And the quality of the goals as well. The quality of the goals were high level, especially
the third one.
The header was good and the cross was good, to be fair.
No, the header was good. The header was good. The header was good. It was a good header, yeah.
And even the Bruno goal, which was disallowed, was a nice one.
Oh, that was really good.
Yeah, that's a nice goal as well. But his goal that he scored, it was a beautiful goal. It's a beautiful goal, but that's what we want. That's all we want. That's all we want. You know what I mean?
But,
so
I'm
more
waiting
of
for
that.
the gunman, you know.
Just coming to some of the comments, James has put same tactics against Brighton. I'm assuming he's referring to the League Cup game that we won 3-0, of course. We played well against them, and that I've got to be honest, right? I said this on the match reaction yesterday, and I literally called this. Mata's gonna play, and he's gonna drop an 8 or a 9 out of 10. I knew it, and it's just typical Mata. I knew he would do that, so that's why I wasn't. I was like, I can understand why Oli were playing, but for me moving forward, I don't want Mata to play because there's no longevity there. Now, I'm not saying he shouldn't play in games, but I did want to see somebody else. I was a bit annoyed.
It's me, bro. It's right now where your team is at its lowest. You need a calm head. You need that experience to come out there and really show. Because you signed Palestri, you signed the other guy. You don't want them 2 18-year-olds coming into a high-pressure situation where the fans are pissed off. You want someone that's there and that has been in that kind of situation as well. At Chelsea beforehand as well, because everyone knows about the dilemmas at Chelsea. He had with Villas Boas, and obviously Mourinho sold him. So he's had that kind of issue already with managerial things. So if you want to win a game and you want your players to thrive more, for me personally, bring on the calmer head. Let him bring his experience through. More quality. His quality hasn't gone. He's just getting slower, but his quality is still up here. So That's it for me, man. Yeah.
Yeah, no, without a shadow of doubt. But I agree with the comment that you said in terms of, I'm still watching that game. The one thing I said during the game on the watch line, I said it consistently. We will win this game. I said it as well. We will win this game 3-4, 5-1 if we just show more quality in the final third. But Rashford, for me, in the second half, statistically, is going to look like he had an amazing game, but he was shit. I'm going to put it out there. He wasn't shit, but he was pissing me off. His decision making was so bad. He just kept making the wrong choice. He wasn't playing the ball in. He wasn't shooting. He wasn't making the right run. He was just constant. And then eventually, he did the right pass to Bruno and we scored. Did the right pass to Wan-Bissaka, we scored. Obviously got his own goal deservedly in the end. But when Van der Beek and Pogba came on, that's when we started seeing Rashford make the right choices. Prior to that, he just was making the wrong choices consistently throughout the game. What were your thoughts like? Obviously, on the front three's performance, obviously James, Rashford, and Mata. What do you reckon?
Well, Mata was absolutely class. Like Coach just said, it's just a level head experience. He knows what to do in these kind of games, how to win them. He's been there, done that, innit? He's one of those kind of players. And his quality just shone in it. And also, like Dan James, big up to Dan James, man. He's had a lot of stick, poor guy, man.
Yeah.
Coming in at the wrong time, overplayed. You know what I mean? Just it's supposed to have a bit part role, didn't have that. It was just forced into the team, overworked, all that business. And then people just said, oh, this, that, and that about him. And to come out of that and actually play really well. Obviously, he's rusty because he needs a goal probably. He wasn't hitting it right. You know what I mean? Like the final third, he was getting into spaces, but his shot wasn't just right. But with games that'll come. But he played more with a bit more directness, and that's what you want to see with the pace and everything. Almost like running behind or running towards defenders, and they'll start backing off as well because he can get a foul in that. Yeah. Rashford, what you said as well is probably true as well. He was really wasteful in the start. But as the game grew on, with, like I said, quality came onto the pitch, you're going to have to up in it, and you get that service and everything. Eventually, he's going to score. He's that type of player. He's going to get a goal in it, or he's going to be in the mix, which he was in the end. So I'm happy with the front three. I was really confident. The way we played really, really well. All over the pitch.
We did play well. Van der Beek never goes hiding for the ball. He needs to start. He also added... we finally played a 4-3-3 team and we scored 3 goals. What a shock. I can imagine Benji saying that as well. Oh, God. But just coming back to Ollie, because obviously, he's under a lot of criticism. For me personally, I thought, when the first goal went in, absolutely shocking goal. We've not even mentioned it yet. Jem, we'll come to you. What were your thoughts after that first goal? It's just a Lindelof goal. Absolutely.
Lindelof.
It's the first.
He's weak as hell, man.
And he's got violent. I'm just in my head. I'm thinking, right? We've got Neymar and Mbappe in 2 days or 3 days, whatever it is, 2-3 days, whatever. So Sunday, basically 2 days, whatever. And my man's got done by Callum Wilson, right? That easily. He just spun him and left him like he's gone. And then he played into Saint. Obviously, they switched to play very well. What were your thoughts on the first goal? Who do you think was at fault, Jem, for that goal?
Who do I pick? Who do I pick? Because there were a lot of errors that led to the goal happening. Because I didn't even really watch it. As soon as I turned, it was 1-0. So I think it has to be. I don't know if Fred lost the ball. Then this guy.
I think it was Fred who passed it.
Fred lost the ball. Then I don't know how he was able to turn Lindelof. I said, my God, today I'm dead. Then they were able to switch the play. Then
I was so pissed.
When they deflected to Luke Shaw, I said, my God, today we are doomed. Then I just remembered what I said that we're going to concede the first. That's what I wrote in the.
I knew it. I was on that.
But I will blame Lindelof because he should have done better. You should be closer to him than the way he was, because you can't let somebody just brush you off like that. You're not Kai Havertz, or let's say yes, Kai Havertz is light that you can push him away. So I'll blame Lindelof. I'll blame him. For me personally, Lindelof. We've got Chelsea next week, haven't we? So we have got a question here from Rizal. Before Rizal, I will put that to Kojo in a second. But before I do that, I just want to get his thoughts on the defense. We all know Kojo loves his defensive players.
Listen, what are your thoughts on I was saying on the watching as a joke, genuinely as a joke. 90 seconds ago we haven't conceded, and I swear to God we conceded 20 seconds later. I was saying as a joke, we haven't conceded, and we conceded 20. I was like, oh my God, I was so angry. Like, Coach, what were your thoughts, bro? Like, where do you think it's gone wrong there? Because that's real. Like, they didn't cause us that many problems. He didn't ask us any questions after that. They had a couple of, we touched on De Gea save a bit, but which was outstanding. I think my eyes almost popped out my head when I seen that. But what were your thoughts on the first goal that we conceded?
You know what? I understand why people are getting onto Lindelof, because he's the one that lost the ball and he was muscled quite easily by Callum Wilson, who's a strong lad, but you got to be stronger at the end of the day. But the thing is, that was in their half, and there was a long way to go from there to our goal. There's still a lot to do, and when you saw us, we were in complete chaos. Fred running to try and close down a ball he was never going to get to. Wan-Bissaka somehow was in the middle of the pitch. Maguire's closing in. Bruno's running back. Shaw doesn't know what to do. They're waiting for the cross. And, unfortunate deflection, in my opinion. He stuck his foot out to try and block it. I understand. But the way it flew, I guess he never knew it was going to happen like that. But I think it was just a whole catalogue of errors. I can't just put one person. I understand why people are pissed at Lindelof, but he conceded the ball down there somewhere. The goal's still all the way over there. You know what I mean? Like, there's so much that happened.
Look what happened. It's fair enough if Lindelof gets turned. He's so far forward. His positioning is totally off.
No, it's so far forward. It's so far forward because we're trying to. He's the one that is.
He's trying to get time, pressing it.
That's it. And then he in possession of the ball, he's a better passer. Instead of shorter passing on the right side, he's a better passer. So, I understand why he was there. Not saying it's right, but I understand why he was there in that moment in time. But there's so much to go on from there to the goal. They made another 3 or 4 passes before the goal. It was just a catalogue of errors. So the deflection happens. I have had a bit of a rant in the past about stretching for balls that I don't feel you should stretch for, but I understand at the same time.
He did have to stretch for that.
Exactly. And in a pressure situation, the one thing you're gonna do is try desperately to get the ball back. So it was unlucky. I'll just say that. But that's United's defending for you in the last couple of years, though, isn't it? So
absolutely shambolic. We got quite a few comments here. Obviously, Rizal, I will chuck yours one in a second. So we got a Joe shock having a dig at Chelsea. Oh baby, that was fun. How did Chelsea get on today? Theo Walker haunted him, mate. I love to see it. You love to see it. James said, "Let's not get carried away. It's on your poor Newcastle side. Don't worry, James. We will get to that. If you know anything about our channel, is we do not get carried away on this channel. We always keep it 100. We're not about that live. And to be fair, you was tuning in for the watch along, so I definitely wasn't getting carried away. But just before we move on from the only negative really of the game, and then we'll focus on the positives, which there was quite a lot for a change. Your thoughts on the defense, man? Because obviously we got off to the worst possible start, and then we kind of reacted in the way that I'd expected to react, but I was surprised we reacted in such a positive manner.
I don't think they caused us enough threat to say that our defense was like in any sort of danger. They didn't do nothing, bar 1 or 2 shots where De Gea saved that. Unbelievable! That is world class. If Peter Schmeichel does that, that's like going into history.
I could not believe he saved that.
I've not seen a better save from De Gea for like a long time. It's such a difficult skill, and just to pay out as well. Our danger, next level.
He was good.
You have a lot of strength in your arm to do that. So fair play. And there was another one where Shelby kind of got a snapshot off, and that was an easy save. But other than that, no, Newcastle didn't threaten us at all. They were so poor. So I can't really judge our defense. They didn't really have much to do. But whatever they did, they kind of mopped up and they did it safely. I mean, Maguire was quite. He was getting the headers out and everything. There was a couple of times where he was coming quickly and then just heading it out, cleaning the danger and stuff. So other than that, it was good. And I saw some interesting things from Luke Shaw actually today, where he was driving a bit more. What you want to see more of from Luke Shaw. So maybe because Telles is coming to the team, I don't know. That's probably pushed him on. But
a bit too late now, isn't it? Should have done it time ago.
Probably. But still, it's good to see, man. Still, you have to have positivity in it. Other than that, yeah, we didn't get tested. So you can't comment on it too much, to be honest. When did they cause any threat? To say,
I completely agree. I completely agree. I don't think they're tested it at all. If anything, St.
I know.
Maximin. Every time
We'll get
he
the
went
test on
forward,
Tuesday. Innit? We'll
St.
get the test on
Maximin
Tuesday.
St. Maximin was catching bodies. Like, man was
Oh,
catching, but he was going forward. They needed 3 men to tame him, and they were just about, and half the time they were fouled. I'm just thinking in my head, we got Dan James in our team, and why is this guy at Newcastle? And he's like, what? I was thinking, don't tell me you weren't thinking that. They're playing in the same position practically. To be fair, Dan James had a good game today, so I'm not going to knock him. But in general, the way St. Maximin was running at people, I had fear in my eyes, mate. I'm sat here watching the game and fearing, thinking, this guy's, he reminds me of like a young Zaha/Balassi. The way that guy was just, they don't give a shit what they're up against. They're just reckless. Balassi is the guy, man, for me at the time. But listen, we got you kind of mentioned Luke Shaw anyways. Of course, we're going to go through the individual players at some point. Let's just talk about Luke Shaw because, for me personally, he got the own goal first and foremost. But after that, he was absolutely phenomenal in that second half. In the last 20, 25 minutes, there were so many times that he just he just ran past so many players. And I've not seen him do that in so long. It's like the longest time, man. I just don't know where that's been. Like, obviously, as Cody, you said, that it's too late now. But is this a positive sign from Shaw? Because he's got the kick up the backside by getting. For me personally, Tellers has to start. I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna sugarcoat my ways. Of course, he has to start. But Shaw's shown us that he's done something today at least. Bloody hell, finally.
Yeah, I mean, the way about some of the players from this generation is they need a challenge to try and push them to that next level or keep them consistent. Whereas I feel like maybe the previous gen, maybe the noughties/90s, you have players that were certified who went all out to make sure their place wasn't threatened. So your manager didn't go and say, I need to improve this position. Now that he's got Tellers, who I think he knows in his mind is better than him going forward, because he's also very good at set pieces and whipping balls in, he's now trying to up his game, Yeah. So, I mean, it's good that you're finally trying to, do something to elevate your level. But at the same time, why are you doing it now? Did you really need the guy to come in first before you said, oh, wait, no, I need to up my game?
Absolutely.
This is what it should be. You were supposed to be England's next best left back at 18 years old. You had some unfortunate injuries, but you've been fit. So let's see more of that. But as Benji just said, shout out Benji, shout out your sister as well.
Yeah, I've done it. Nobody. We did a full shout out. Benji, watch the start of the video as well if you haven't already. But yeah, congratulations to you and your sister.
Congrats, bro.
And the family, man. Make sure you show him love in the comment section. Benji is in the building. I don't know what part of the hospital it's in. But make sure you show him love. Man's probably fighting for that Wi-Fi in the hospital, but still.
Yeah. But he's right. He said Taylor should start, and I agree. But well done, Shaw, for today. For today.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. Look, at the end of the day, I'm happy for Luke Shaw in terms of his performance. But where the hell has this performance been? Like way back, like you should have been doing this week in, week out. This is the show I've always defended. So I was expecting him to do this. Like today, he was sensational in moments. Could have got 2 assists. Rashford was asleep. There was one that I felt like just slapping Rashford on the head. When the Pogba and Shaw did that 1-2, they did 2 1-2s, got past, and he laid it on.
He needs a couple of school dinners, mate.
Was asleep. Like, it was like,
he needs a couple of school dinners, mate.
Rashford has concentration problems on the pitch, man. He really does.
I don't know what happened to him today, man. But like, obviously, he got his 2 assists and a goal, so he's gone home happy, which is the main thing. But we've got a question here from Rizal saying regarding Van der Beek. So obviously, a lot of us saying Van der Beek needs to start. Pretty straightforward question. Where does he start? Was, we'll come to you first. Do you think he makes it into the team after that performance, or do you think there's no place for him at the moment? From Penjipur hospital Wi-Fi is crap.
What, he came in the last 15, 20 minutes, like that? You can see obviously the quality there, but I'm starting to think like where to put him, because if you do put Bruno, Pogba, and Van der Beek on the same team in the same lineup, like we don't have any defensive anything,
But we hit 4 when they were all there.
Huh? Sorry?
We hit 4 when they were all there.
I know that's the thing, innit? Personally, that's the kind of football I like to watch.
It felt like the Avengers,
But my brain's telling me, no, you need to defend. Maybe we're too used to this flipping defensive shit. Yeah, bring them all on. Who gives a crap?
Go forward.
Forget it. I'm converted. Quarters W.
Welcome to the team, bro. Welcome to the team. Next is this guy. Yeah. Next is this guy. Yeah.
Oh yes.
Oh, I'm actually looking forward to see that Mr. Edison himself. So yeah. Bring him on.
Henry's part. I think Van der Beek can play on the right and the left and float, basically what Mata does.
I think he plays the free role.
I kind of agree with that comment. Honestly, I wouldn't do it when Greenwood's fit. But I do agree with that comment because I don't think Mata can play against.
Well, because Martial's not there, so you can't play him in it, right?
Yes, he can. Yes, he can.
Go on, Coach. Go on, then we'll pass it to you, mate. Go on. Tell us.
Mata can play on the right. Mata can play on the right. Van der Beek. I don't want to put him on the right, but I understand where Henry's coming from, though. I understand what he's saying.
Mata wasn't on the right, though, wasn't he? He was literally wherever he wants to go, which is what he does.
Exactly. So if Van der Beek has that same sort of freedom, then I'm good because he has that quality also. And when you want to do link-up play, there's no one better in the team right now for me that can do that. Literally, you're coming from someone from the school of Ajax, which is link-up technicality to the highest of levels. Man, play the guy, man. Play one of them. I don't want to see them on the bench. If one is on the bench, the other one must start. That's my rule. It's as simple as that. It was 1-1, Pogba, Bruno, Van der Beek, Mata, Rashford, all on the pitch. Exactly. Let him start wherever he wants to, Benji.
Listen to Kojo. He took his team to second.
From the dying embers of fifth.
It would be so much better if I said I won the league, but I didn't, so I can't lie. So, listen, the quality is out there. He scored 4 goals. You can't do that against every team, but against the teams that you're supposed to be better than, do it.
Did we score 3 when they were all on the pitch? Am I right?
Yes, we did.
Yeah, we violated them. We violated them.
We destroyed them.
Yeah.
By the way, did you see? Wait, Pogba came onto the pitch, and that first ball, if you noticed it, to Wan-Bissaka onto the right.
Yeah, I noticed it. I know.
I thought quality. That's it. Full stop. That's something.
Fred could never.
Tommy can't as well. This is the thing. None of them can.
Roselle's poor. Everyone would be floating on the pitch. We got that many bloody floats.
Float, man. Float that butterfly, mate.
Listen, just before we go into obviously, some of the sort of individual performances and give it the ratings out, etc. I just want to quickly chat about McTominay and Fred and what you think they offer, because when we beat PSG on that famous night in Paris, them two were influential in that win. Whatever anyone says about them currently, they were integral to that win and so many wins against Man City. All the big teams that we played, them two were integral. Jem, what are your thoughts on their performance today? Do you think they've stated their claim as a partnership to move forward, or do you think it was just a one-off game? Jem's mucking it as he paused.
No, he's paused. He's not moving at all.
I seen it.
And he can't see still anyway.
Oh, he's back.
Oh, he moved. He moved.
Can you hear me?
Jem?
Right, okay. Just allow you to show your connection out, Jem. What do you reckon? Fred McTominay, how did they get on?
Thing is, I don't think they can play together anymore. That Fred and McTominay when they beat PSG and that, it doesn't seem like the same players to me. There's something missing. I don't know what it is, but there's something missing. McTominay for me just doesn't do it. He's too safe. He's way too safe. I know the aerial threat. I mean, not aerial threat, but defensively, obviously you need someone a bit bigger who can obviously clear those headers and stuff like that. But I don't know. He plays it too. He's too sideways and backwards and this and that. And Fred together, I think there's too many. There's not. I don't know what it is. There's no cohesion there. You need something like Pogba in there. I wouldn't put both of them in there like that, like he did today. Obviously, probably today against Newcastle, he kind of got away with it. But if you put something like that against PSG this time, no, it ain't gonna work. Do you know what I mean? Against a better opposition, it won't work. Newcastle, they were so poor today. It's unbelievable. If we can get that fan on. If we can get that Newcastle fan on Uggs, get him back on. Because he's waiting. Get Uggs back on. No, but for me, no, they don't work because they don't work.
Yeah, Newcastle were shocking, man. I just think, for me personally, they gave us so much space. I could not believe how much space they were giving us. That formation, I'm surprised they did not change the formation at half time. It did not work at all. Mata was in it. Acres of space. You can't give a player of that caliber that much space. It just doesn't work. Like
you can see that on
regarding McTominay and Fred, I thought McTominay played really well. I've got to be honest. Fred,
Yeah.
I thought he played really well because you got to remember he's in the team to break up play, and he was mopping up most of the game, man. Like he's not in the team to hit that pass to break the lines. His job is to keep it simple and keep the ball ticking. Like you can't have every player in the team to break the line or play that forward pass. You know, although I do agree with what you're saying, sometimes they are too
He
safe.
doesn't get the ball quick enough for
It's
me.
not work
He
because the
doesn't get it
ball's
quick enough.
safe. That's the problem. I think together defensively they're okay. But going forward, they're not good enough going forward. And you saw when Fred came off for Pogba and Van de Beek finally came on, you know, we started creating more chances, like you already mentioned. That pass that Pogba played to Wan-Bissaka, fairly straightforward pass, but it's just the fact that he had the vision, the right way of the pass for Wan-Bissaka to get in his stride. Fred's not doing that. He doesn't start the attack as well as obviously Pogba does. Of course he doesn't. So for me personally, I say they both had a good game, but I don't know. I just don't think moving forward that is the right partnership. Jem, coming back to you, obviously connection's working now. What are your thoughts on them two together?
Like I said earlier on, they were there to do a job, and I think they did the job well. Because you can see that in our game against Spurs, like I said, our midfield was a little bit loose, and because people were not working, we were exposed. So in this game, I think they're going for maybe it depends on the game that we'll be playing. They can work and do a certain job for us. But if you talk about like against PSG or anything, no, it'll not work. But when Pogba came in, it looks like our midfield. It was Pogba is. I don't know what's wrong with him, but he looks a little bit sluggish on the ball. He looks like he wants to show strength. I remember John Chevy got the ball off him because he was trying to.
Yeah. I remember that. Yeah.
And that's what Tomane will not do. McTominay is strong and he try and kick the ball early, but you see, Pogba does that. I just read that Oli said that Pogba had a hip and a back problem when he went to France. That's why he dropped him.
Right. So it wasn't injury, so it wasn't actual.
So I think they did their job, and we look solid defensively, but offensively they don't offer that much because McTominay, like I said, he's limited. If you want him to break, you want him to do a job, he can do a certain job. Like we can when Moreno tax Herrera to do a certain job. You tax him, he will do that. But to give you that splitting passes, forget. It's not McTominay. But they did a fine job today.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think that's the best way to describe it. McTominay is limited. I think that's probably the best word without sounding disrespectful to him, of course. He'll do his job, basically. In games like this, you probably do need a bit more. You do need someone to be a bit more ambitious in terms of the manner in which they control the game. And obviously, them two together don't have that ambition. Against the PSG, I might be more inclined to this kind of midfield because obviously Mbappe and Neymar is going to be a problem to flip and look after, man. Oh my god. Right, Kojo, we come to you regarding Oli. We've not spoken much about Oli because, of course, you know this was such a huge game for him. A lot of fans, including myself, yourself as well, were thinking if he loses this game, he should get sacked. I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, everything's rosy in the garden, you know, with the happy days we beat Newcastle were poor today. Not to take away anything from us, because I thought we approached the game in the right manner. We tried to do the right things, although sometimes it didn't happen in the first half in particular. But what were your thoughts on Oli, the lineup, you know, his approach to the game, his tactics, etc.? Do you think he got it right today? Are you happy with what you saw today? Is there sort of like a glimmer of hope there, but do you think it's just a one-off? And also, just before Rizal, sorry, just interrupt you. Sorry, Rizal said he's off his 3:30. So shout out to you, brother, as always, for showing love, man. But yes.
Obviously, like I've already said that I wasn't happy with the lineup from the jump, even though I was happy that Mata started. But as you know, I've already made my disapproval towards starting what's the guy's name, Freddie McTominay. And I also did think Maguire was going to be dropped, but obviously Maguire came on and he actually played well as well. Got his goal, so he did well. So it did work. The substitutes, I would like to see not Bruno, what's his name? Van der Beek come on a bit earlier, but at the end of the day, that still worked also. So I'm not gonna criticize. I'm just saying that the things I would prefer, but at the same time, he got the result. He got the W that he needed. I think the approach was clear, even though he started the two defensive players. I think he still had the intent of trying to win the game from the jump. It was to attack, it was to press. I think we saw that a bit more better. We controlled a lot more possession. We shot many times towards their goal. Some blocked, but you know, that's creating your own luck is football. So he did well. He did well today. As for his safety, I think it's still, because Newcastle team you should be beating. And no matter what the board are doing or haven't done or have done, they do want you to compete against PSG. They do want you to compete against Chelsea, Arsenal, Leipzig, and so on. So I'm hoping for his sake, because I already said I still think he should go, but for his sake, the PSG game cannot be another hiding, because 2 hidings out of 3 games is not a good look. And that's when you're playing another team with quality. So
Absolutely.
Newcastle was a lesser quality than Tottenham, but you were smoked by Tottenham. You can't go to Paris, or if they come to us, I can't remember which one it is, and they smoke you also. It cannot be the same way. And then Chelsea's another big test as well. And this is what it comes down to. Are you going to find your way to beat these teams now? Because I think me and you just say it was a time ago that we're saying he should be sacked, but this is probably the kind of time where out of nowhere he's going to get on a run of games and start winning games. Like, it will just happen out of nowhere. But are you going to continue that? Is it going to be 11 games again and then back to crap? Or is it going to be 11 games plus more? So the next game's huge. He's not out of the woods yet. This is a good win.
Yeah, he's not even close to out of the woods.
But he's nowhere near out of the woods yet.
Hopefully it gives him confidence, though.
Oh, it gives you confidence. It's a 4-1 win. It's a 4-1 win. But if you get smoked by PSG, it's gonna bring you all the way back down. Exactly. So they need to win.
And the thing is, as I was saying, I know we're not talking about PSG here really. Neymar's gonna violate us, because Saint-Maximin was violating us, and a lot of English fans, right, that only watch the Premier League, don't realize how good Neymar actually is. This guy is sensational. Like, you say, add Saint-Maximin and add 10 to him. Neymar is ridiculously good in tight spaces, and his ability to ride a challenge. He's a sensational player. For me, he's top 5 in the world. I've always said that consistently. He gets a lot of disrespect. Obviously, everyone knows about Mbappe because, he doesn't dive around a bit, so he gets a bit more love from the sort of universal fans. But I think Neymar's better than him for me. I've always said that. And I think Neymar's going to be a problem for us. And I completely agree. At the end of the day, of course, he's not out of the woods. I'm happy as a Manchester United fan that we've won. That is the most important thing for me as a fan. That is the only thing that matters to me. Going into that game, obviously we'll discuss that in tomorrow's podcast. Just before I pass it to you, Was, and get your thoughts on Ollie, I've got to put this comment in because it's an Arsenal fan. He's slagging us off. In poor LMAO, you lot got so lucky, unfair scoreline. First,
4-1's not lucky, mate.
So lucky. The quality of the goals.
Time for bed. Time for bed.
Honestly, guys, Arsenal fan can't talk about humiliation.
Listen, bro. Let us go. Let us go and be Champions League tourists whilst you be Europa League tourists. Yeah, so understand your level, because the thing is, you get to finals, you get piped anyway. So if you go to Europa League final this year, do your thing. If you don't do your thing, yeah, I'm gonna invite you on this podcast personally, and we'll talk about it again. Get me? All right.
Yeah. To be fair, it does a comment all the time. He's put, I'm above you in the league. I'm chilling. Listen, it is what it is. If it makes you happy that you're above
he's above us or Arsenal.
After 4 games, then I think we got a game in hand, if I'm not mistaken, boys. What it is. But anyways, I've moved away from Arsenal because they're a relevant club. Let's come back to Ollie. Was, what do you think Ollie did well today? What are your thoughts?
Well, team selection wise, in my eyes, he got it wrong. But it panned out to be the right decision. So got to give him credit for that. Sticking with Maguire, I think, as a brave call, in it, considering what's happened. So, again, credit for that. What he did wrong was, do you want to say what he did wrong as well? Because I think the substitutions were too late again. I think 60th, 70th minute or something like that when Pogba came on. Was it 65th? I think that's too late. I think that's too late.
Yeah, I agree. As well.
I mean, because you're 1-1, you've got the equalizer, and then you need that kind of quality. You can see where all the problems are, and like that final third, that we was lacking that quality pass or something to create something. That's where you bring out your players and go for it. Actually, go for it because they were there for the taking. I was saying at half time on your watch along. I go, they're there for the taking, because it was just so evident, man. Newcastle were not up for it, but we got lucky because. Yeah, because Newcastle could have turned it around the second half. I was expecting to come out the blocks quicker, but it just didn't. There was more of the same, innit? So Ollie, did well. I rate him for the fact that he brought all the big guns on at the end, and they're all on the same pitch together. So that's good signs as well. I I think he did well overall. I don't know. There's nothing much to say in it. It's just Newcastle end of the day, so I'm not gonna get too excited. It's still like Kojo said about the fact that the bigger tests are coming in it, so we'll see what he does then. I'm gonna hold my judgment until then. And that's from someone who's Ollie in, but I'm trying to be sensible here, which it doesn't suit me. But Jem, join me, bro. We'll see what happens.
I completely agree. And Jem, just to finish off from yourself before we give that man a match, which is probably going to be the easiest decision of all season. Jem, Dorial, me and Mark Dorial got it. Dorial, I've got it, Jem Dorial. He's sat there with his mic. Jem, just your thoughts on Ali. Obviously, what did he do well in this game? You know, what can we take forward into the PSG game?
I'll agree that he should have made the substitution a little bit earlier. But like what he said right now, he said that Pogba was injured. So I think me initially, I thought maybe his lineup wasn't really okay for me, but I understood it to a certain extent why he came out with that lineup. But I think, as everybody said, there are bigger tests coming. So PSG, Chelsea, Leipzig. Then we see how it goes. So we take one game at a time.
You didn't mention Arsenal, so we've got Arsenal with them for
I don't care about that.
Oh god! But yeah, I completely agree with what you guys have said. Just
we had like Kojo said, we had 40 shots on target. That's the most any Premiership team have come across in the last 5 seasons.
Yeah, Jem, I can't fully hear. I don't know if anyone else can hear. Like, it's very quiet for me, anyways. But just regarding your comments on Ali, for me personally, I think I can't get too carried away. Newcastle for me were terrible today. They offered too much space, gave us the luxury of the entire field to just do what the hell we wanted. And in the end, eventually we capitalized. I'm so happy for Bruno to get that goal. He missed the penalty, which I was saying that before he stepped up, he's due to miss one. So everyone in the comments is saying I jinxed him. I don't know if it's my fault or not, but it is what it is. Listen, we're gonna finish off with the obvious question and probably the obvious answer, really. Who's the man of the match and why? I've got a feeling everyone's going to pick the same player today, but hopefully someone throws a curveball. Kojo, we'll start with you, mate.
I'm going to go with Mata. Just because I understand Bruno and Rashford, statistic-wise, their numbers went up, but if you're talking about a main influence, and someone that consistently drops you good game after good game, no matter how many times he plays, and did it again today. Quality on the ball, quality off the ball. I gotta give it to my guy, man. His experience come to the table tenfold, and his quality even more. So that's my boy, Juan Mata.
100%. Bas, what are your thoughts? Who's your man of the match?
Yeah, I was torn between Dan James and Mata, but it's got to be Mata. Now
Dan James.
Yeah, because he had a really good game.
Wait, what?
What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? That was a really good performance from him, considering what's happened before. So,
no way, Dan James is not really in the conversation for man of the match.
Oh, come on, Azim, man. He played really, really well. No. I don't know. But I'll give it to one match anyway. I was saying I was considering that. Let me consider, man. But yeah, one match, there's no argument there. One match was really, really good. Jimmy, you're right, bro.
Dan James. Wow.
Jem said, "Oh my god! Oh
my god!"
You might as well to Jem, man. Before I say something.
Let's come off, boss. Jem, who you got? You got 2-1 matters. Who you going for? You going?
He said Dan James.
One Mata, splendid, fantastic player. And he said he can play. He can play because you see he could run. Today he was covering for Wan-Bissaka. He was going up.
He was
down.
quick today.
Greenwood doesn't do that. Greenwood doesn't offer defensive help. But today Juan Mata was up, going up. He was all over. So Juan Mata, my man of the match.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. We haven't even mentioned Wan-Bissaka's finish, man. It was an
I didn't see his goal.
Rocket.
I didn't see the goal.
I don't know. I was slagging him off the whole game when he was going forward. I was getting pissed. There was one when he played a 1-2 when he played the ball to Bruno, and Bruno wanted the 1-2, as in you run forward, I'll play return the pass. Bruno played and he just went off a play, and that he was like, 1 second, why do you not run from there? But yo, he redeemed himself in the end with that rocket. Statistically, man of the match is obviously Rashford. But if you watch the games with your eyes and not with the numbers, then there's only one man of the match. And it's Dan James. Without a shadow of a doubt. Completely ran the game from start to finish, and I called it before the game. I said I knew he would, but it's just a typical one-match performance. I think De Gea is in for a shout as well. Not for man of the match, but his save was so integral to the game.
That's one of the best saves
at that moment, and I personally think he has no right to save that. Like he has no, and to get it out as well, so he doesn't parry it back in the danger. Like Leno conceded. Like Leno,
that's the key part.
Sterling. It's that parry. That's intentional. That's not accidental. That is intentional. So that is why it's a world-class save. And he could have quite easily just saved it, and obviously Wilson gets a rebound. But the fact that it goes to show as well.
But he was able to push it. It also went away from
that save is outstanding.
I love Jem's interpretation of it. Jem, how did he save it? Oh, no, never mind. What did you do? How did you save it?
I said he had a little bit of weight on it, so he pushed that.
That is
sure. But listen, one matter for me. Obviously, if you comment down below, if you're watching this later on YouTube, let us know who you think it is. As I've always said, make sure you drop a like and subscribe to the channel. Show love to our boys for coming on and such short notice before I allow them to give a shout out. Just want to finish off by saying huge congratulations to Benji and his sister.
Benji.
If you haven't already, make sure you comment down in the description. In the comment section when you watch this later on YouTube. Show him love because he always reads the comments. Kojo, socials, as always, brother, where we at?
Free. Oh, there we go. Hold on. There we go. Free midfield. Free midfield right there. We are back also on on Monday. StreamYard things as well. So we're going live, man. Usmaan has inspired me. So we're doing this thing. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, free midfield.
Make sure you show them love, man. They're absolute homies. As always, go subscribe to the YouTube channel as well. I'll tell you what Jem socials are because he always says it wrong. It is there now, actually. You spelled it. Jem, you spelled
this is
it
Ollie in at Jem.
It's got on your that is not your art. That is not Jem's art. It'll be in the description.
Isn't it before Jem?
It's before. It's you are. Why do you keep putting it wrong? I don't understand. It's your art.
Let us write his name, man.
My link to my Twitter.
You tell him how you write your name, man.
Drop me a follow. I would link all the boys there, actually. I will link all the boys.
No, wrong way. That way. Follow this guy.
So, anyways, it's been your host, Usmaan. We'll catch you for tomorrow's podcast, and we'll be back in a bit. Peace. Goodbye.